We get it. It's quite exciting. So, new start, new season. Looking forward for it.
No motivation needed when you have an opponent like the one with you tonight.
Absolutely. I think almost everyone in the country has got motivation from him. So, always going to be a fan and admirer of him. So, nothing better than starting the season with him. So, quite looking forward to it.
How's the preparation been?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. The boys have worked really hard. They're quite excited to come here and kind of enjoy the sport, and which I think our team kind of represents. Just enjoy it. Results will take over it, and more than anything, go out there and have a smile on the face.
Some new things coming in the IPL this year, especially the impact player. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's different, so that's why I've left it on the coach. Ashupa works pretty much all night on working on what the things are supposed to be done. So I leave it on him, and I leave out I make sure that I focus on the ground.
And your combination for today?
I don't know. I'll pass on the team and we'll see.
And what have you decided? You will bowl first.
Yeah, we're gonna bowl first.
Have a good one, Hardik.
Thank you.
Well, MS, what would you have done on this surface?
We're also looking to bowl first. Looks like a very good wicket, and I don't think it will change. And if there is dew, we don't really know, because last time when we were here, last night it rained, so we don't really know whether there will be dew or not.
IPL back to normalcy now, home and away games, which must be good.
It is good, and also the fact that you want to play in front of people, and this will be the first time where we'll be playing in front of full capacity crowd. And not to forget, over here full capacity means some of the other stadiums twice the capacity. So it's good to be here. Fantastic atmosphere. So I think it will be a good start for IPL.
And how has the preparation been for you guys personally as well as the team?
Well, the preparation has been good. We assembled quite early, and we wanted to have days in our hands so that we can practice and have rest also in between. So most of the players were available. So overall, when it comes to the preparation side, it seems as if we've done quite okay.
Impact player, is it a headache or a boon for a captain?
Well, it's a luxury. It's a luxury to have, and a lot will depend on how teams will use it, depending on the bench strength that they have got. It becomes slightly easy to take the decision because I feel in the domestic you had some 14 over rule, but over here you can use it at any point of time. To some extent, the influence of the all-rounder has gone slightly less, but if you have a real quality all-rounder, a few all-rounders, definitely they will have a big impact.
And your combination for today?
The four foreigners, we have Devon, Moeen, Ben Stokes and Sant, will be playing this game. All the others will be fighting for that one place, the number 11th impact player slot.
Have a good one, MS.
Thanks.
So that's the news from the centre. It's the Gujarat Titans who won the toss, and they've decided to bowl first.
So CSK have been put into bat by GT. MS Dhoni talking about the impact player rule. Mitch Santner gets the nod ahead of guys like Pretorius. And that is the news from out in the centre. We will bring you the players that come in to the 5 named as impact player options as well. But at the moment, the news, as we said earlier, GT winning the toss, electing to bowl first. Owen Morgan, there's a reason you've won World Cups as a captain, because you called it straight away. Into our insider feed, you get inside access to some of the greatest minds. Owen Morgan, that is exactly what everyone would have wanted.
Yeah, obvious decision for me. Hardik obviously has a lot of firepower at his disposal later on. Both captains completely agreed that the surface looks excellent. So that's a really good sign and bodes well for a good game of cricket, because if you're sitting with the best side on paper, you normally come out victorious. They have to consider CSK are on the bounce back. Really poor year last year. The drive to turn things around is there. MS Dhoni has mentioned it. Stephen Fleming has mentioned it. So it all bodes really well for a great spectacle.
When you speak of this setup as well at CSK, a lot of eyes will be on that young man at the top of the order, Anil Bhai Ruturaj Gaikwad. He's coming in with lots of runs in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy as well. There's a lot of faith that's been put in him, isn't it? Because 3 seasons back to back, he's had single-digit scores over the first few games, and he'll need to get a move on early to get that confidence up.
No, he's a brilliant player. We've seen that at domestic level. He's scored a lot of runs. In the IPL, we've seen the talent that he can be, and it's wonderful that CSK have shown faith, and that's something that they do. And it's time to reward CSK. I mean, at the start of the innings, it's important that they get off to a good start, and Ruturaj Gaikwad certainly has the capabilities to do that.
And with Ruturaj Gaikwad, where would you want to see Ben Stokes? Binger, would you like to see him open? Do you want to see Devon Conway straight in there and Stokes at 3, as Morgs has said earlier?
Yeah, look, I think I'll go with what Morgs said and definitely bat him at number 3. You have to get him in against a new ball, but maybe just try and take that shine off the ball because he's such a dominant player. I like when he's aggressive, Ben Stokes. So, yeah, I'd definitely go and bat him at number 3.
And when overall you look at the way this is shaping up, there's so much to talk about, not just about GT and CSK, but we've got an insider feed coming your way as well. Some of the most elite minds joining these 3 are going to be joining you through the next 2 months too. But at the moment, all eyes will be on this one. GT winning the toss, electing to bowl first. CSK will be out to fire with the bat. Devon Conway, Ruturaj Gaikwad, Ben Stokes. The Tata IPL 2023 is absolutely on display.
With plenty of superstars around me who will get their thoughts as we go along, because the Gujarat Titans and the Chennai Super Kings, one looking to go back to back, the other MS Dhoni leading and chasing a 5th title. A huge crowd as well in the biggest cricket stadium in the world, and I'm sure it will get loud. There's plenty of yellow shirts, huge band following around the whole of India for the men in yellow, and reminding everybody this is what happened a little earlier. The 2 captains, MS Dhoni and Hardik Pandya, were out in the middle, and it was Hardik Pandya and the Titans who won the toss and unsurprisingly decided to bowl first. The teams forward today, a lot of speculation, a lot of thought as to the makeup of these sides, especially with the substitute rule coming in and a batting heavy side for CSK. AB de Villiers alongside me. What do you make of the CSK team for tonight?
Good evening, everybody. Thanks, Scotty. I think it's a powerhouse team. They're looking to bounce back, as you mentioned. Dhoni as captain will be full of hope of getting his troops together, lined up and ready to first of all win this first encounter, and they've got their hands full losing the toss.
And Chris Gale as well. The Titans heavily favoured. Couple of names not there, but do you like the side that they've picked tonight?
It is. It's good to see Kane Williams making his debut with a new team as well. Saha at the top, so it's going to be fantastic. So defending champions, a lot of pressure. So I'm sure they're looking forward to it, to have a bit of fun. We see what happened. Wow, we have Little in the squad as well, so that's good.
Yeah, it's fascinating too as well. This substitute rule about being able to replace players, I think is going to be a fascinating storyline for the first couple of weeks of this tournament. CSK loaded up with batting, and then they perhaps can bring one of those bowlers in later, making sure they get a big score, 157 the average on this ground. But I think both teams would have sat down and had a thought. Would the players have been involved in this conversation about how that substitute rule will be in effect?
I think so, Scotty, and I think it's going to come down to a bit of trial and error as well. It's new to all of us. It'll take time for the fans. Look at that crowd. It's just simply amazing.
It is.
But coming back to that rule, it'll take a bit of time for everyone to get used to. And yes, you'll have game plans in place, but on the night things might change and things might surprise you. And it's the captain and the coach